Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Josh's Comics. I'm Josh, and as always, we have comics. So, today we're going to talk about my haul from the Philadelphia Comic Con. It's my first time going. Um, Philadelphia Comic Con, it was on a Sunday, which I'm off Sundays, so it was great for me. I believe this happens once a month, if I'm not mistaken, or every other month they do it on a Sunday. But it was a great time. I had a good time. Um, Great selection, man. I mean, I actually showed up. There was one guy who was putting together his wall when I got there, and he had some big keys, man. But still wasn't even completely done filling the wall when I was leaving. But I picked up some really good things, really good issues. I even picked up my first ever CGC slab. I do have 4 books out. Well, actually, no, 5 books. I have 4 books on a regular submission, and I have 1 book in for a signing. Um, so those will be back eventually, but this is my first ever slab, and we're gonna get to that one eventually. So let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna start off with the smaller stuff first, and then we're gonna go ahead and build up. Let's see. What do we have here? Yeah, that's it, about it. So I went hunting. I didn't know what I was looking for really. Um, Not off the top of my head. I mean, I did have a few ideas of things I wanted, but I just wanted to go and experience my first ever Philly Comic Con. It was a good time. Um, my second ever convention, and I just went looking. I found this vendor. There was a lot of it was pretty small place, so it was very tight with everybody. There's actually one section I wanted to look at, but I couldn't get to. One guy had a huge roll of $2 bin. $2 bin, and the tables were probably at least like 8 foot long, probably even longer than that. I couldn't get in there. It was just too many people. It was shoulder and shoulder, a bit rough, but I think I made out pretty good. And some of these you consider keys, some of them aren't. Well, I know some of these are keys, and some of these I picked up because they're first issues, and I really like the covers. And the first book I'm going to start with is the Green Arrow #1. Thought that was a cool pickup. It's in any #1s I see a little bit older, I tend to grab. I know this is probably not going to be worth all that much, but Green Arrow first cover, or Green Arrow first, #1, cool cover. I figured why not. But next up, and I found that one in this one in the same bin, well at the same table, and this is a Catwoman #1. Again, probably not a lot of key significance, but I gotta say the way how she's drawn on this, very fine looking, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'd love to have that cover. Yeah, she does look good in that cover though. Just take a look at that one. Whew. But yeah, Catwoman #1 from 1993. That's about 6 months before I was born, but yeah, I figured why not? These were $5 a piece, but he gave them to me. I think for $5 actually. So it was a cool pickup. Another one. These three that are coming up next, I would say I guess they're in the Goodwill. These three I picked up at the same vendor, not that vendor, but a different vendor though. And the first one is a Planet Hawk, the Incredible Hulk, Planet Hawk Exile Part 3 or 4. Um, cool Hulk cover. I am actually going to be picking up the Omniverse reprint that's coming out next year. If it's still in February, I believe, I'll be picking that up. Probably going to end up doing reviews on Omni starting soon, so I will definitely be doing that. And I believe one of the covers, the regular edition cover, is actually that of the Omniverse. So, not a bad pickup. I was like, it's, pretty good shape and a cool cover. I usually gravitate towards, obviously, key issues, mid keys, issue #1. If I see a really cool cover or something that I really like, and if not too expensive, I'll pick it up. Another one is actually a book I had when I was a kid. I did have a few comics growing up when I was a kid. Sadly, I never took care of my stuff, and I'm pretty sure I had a few big keys that are worth quite a bit of money that probably got thrown out at some point when I was 9 or 10, just because I never took care of my stuff and didn't understand the value of things. My mistake. But so I found this book, and I was like, you know what, I gotta rebuy it. And this is the first Joker in the Batman Adventures in comic form. I had this as a kid, and again, it probably got thrown out or something. But I was like, you know what? I was like, that really brought me back to being a kid, and it's in good condition. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's buy it. So it was pretty cool to pick that up. The other one is another key that I kind of was looking for. This is the first full Doomsday appearance. Again, you know, things probably not worth a lot of money. They do have a 9.2 on top of it. I'm going to say, I mean, everybody grades a little bit differently. I don't. I see one spine tick. Yeah, I don't know, but you know, first full Doomsday. He had a few others that were marked under 9. Like there was a 8.0, I think an 8.5, and a 7.5. Again, a press and a clean, this thing could bump it up. I don't know, but I don't know if I get this slab. I think, but it's a cool issue to have in the PC. And I am trying. I do have a Death of the Superman finally. I am gonna try. I am trying to get the issue where they face off with each other, but eventually we're gonna see if I can get those. I'm actually planning on going to Baltimore Comic Con, so we'll see if we can do that. But nice little pickup. Altogether, I think it came out like what 20. It was almost like $30 or $40, and I got it for less than half of that. Actually, the guy was pretty cool. He was actually just swinging deals together. They were trying. I think they were trying to unload a lot of stock because they had a lot of multiples of these issues that I had, and they had multiples of a lot of other things. So, my last two, which are probably the two biggest books I picked up. I picked this up at a vendor, and I wish I would have gotten the guy's name, and I'm sure he's got an Instagram and maybe does whatnot. But I have one of my other videos, if you've seen at my local comic book shop, I picked up a Vengeance of Bane Redemption 2. Well, I picked up Vengeance of Bane, finally, #1, and I gotta tell you guys, beautiful copy. CGC all the way. This and part 2 are definitely going to be getting slabbed. This is probably going to my next submission for sure. This is going to be one of those that goes in there. Great cover. I love that cover. And I love the reverse cover. I love how Vengeance of Bane Redemption has Bane big in the background and Batman up front like how Bane is. I really thought that was cool. Great pickup. And I got a good deal because he threw that book in. And I also bought, again, my first ever slab. CGC 9.6, white pages. Thor #1, or Mighty Thor 1, depending on how you look at it. And I gotta tell you guys, I absolutely love it. And I'm happy to own this. I actually, the day I picked this up, I went home and I watched Thor: Love and Thunder on Disney Plus. And I gotta tell you, I know a lot of people hated it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's probably not as good as Thor Ragnarok, but I thought Love and Thunder was pretty good, and I enjoyed it. And to see, and again, I have the first volume of this run behind me on the wall. I just, Jason Aaron, what he did with his Thor run, I thought was great. So I've read this issue, and I've read all of the other ones, and to see it come to the live screen, yeah, I thought some things they could have done a little bit better, but overall, I loved Love and Thunder, and so it was great to watch that as soon as I, got home and I bought this, and yeah, my first ever CGC slab. Happy to have in the collection. I was looking for a raw copy to send in. I love finding raw copies. I prefer raw copies of comics to send in myself of certain issues that I want. However, I'm kind of learning that certain issues to find raw are kind of hard. A, B, pretty expensive. Then you got to pay the fees on top of it for CGC. So why not take the bullet, pay a big price, but pay something that you would still get it for that same price, almost around the same as you would if you actually found it in the wild and everything. So yeah, this was my comic haul from Philadelphia Comic Con, and a big haul for sure. I had a lot of fun, and I'll be going back. I don't know if I'll be going to the next one. I am going to definitely be going to um, Baltimore Comic Con in October. I can't wait for that. I'm excited. It'll be my first time going. I heard it's huge, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have to save up because I want to walk away from there with a key, and not just any key. I want a big key. I want either a big Batman or a Daredevil key. That's what I'm hoping to do. We're gonna have to see. But I'm sure I'm gonna buy multiples down there. I'm gonna bring definitely back a haul. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this. Like, subscribe, and comment. As always, stay safe, take care of each other, and if you have any feed or comments or anything, let me know. Let me know where I can improve or what I can do different. What you like to see. However, I do know behind me, as you can see, I got my comics, and then you can also see my little laundry room here in my apartment. Unfortunately, this is what I have to work with. I am working on eventually getting a bigger place and maybe having a different setup eventually. But for now, background's kind of cool with me anyway. At least I have my armies behind me. I got my short box up there, some other comics, and yeah. So there we go. Again, like, subscribe, and comment. As always, stay safe. Take care.